Welcome back. Welcome back to another training here, Inner Compass Coaching and LifeCoachLifestyle.com. LifeCoachLifestyle.com. I want you to jump over. If you are a member, this is going to be in the members area. If you're not a member, you're seeing this on some other social media, then hey, jump over to LifeCoachLifestyle.com to learn what we do. Today, we're going to talk about modeling excellence. And this is one of the mini trainings we do. And so the mini trainings are a segment of our core model, and they are going to be 10 minutes or less. So we're going to jump in to get that done in 10 minutes. And today I'm just going to be reading from my notes. And this is going to be so important for anyone that is really trying to duplicate, I guess you would say, what works for other people. Now, last week we talked about VAK, visual auditory kinesthetic. This week we're going to talk about modeling excellence. Okay. How to duplicate the mindset and actions of top performers. I want you to think about somebody that you look up to, you respect. You're like, I want to be like this person. And with me, I think of people that are achieving things in life, living the life they want to do. And I want to be that same way, right? So I'm going to teach you, I'm going to define modeling from neuro-linguistic programming, also in Inner Compass, how to identify excellence in a specific domain, how to break down and replicate the strategies, beliefs, physiology, and then we're going to provide a step-by-step modeling process for coaching clients. In 10 minutes, probably not, but we're going to go through as much as we can. So in neuro-linguistic programming and in our Inner Compass program, modeling excellence means identifying how someone achieves outstanding results, then teaching those patterns to others. This is actually how NLP, or neuro-linguistic programming, was created by modeling great therapists, leaders, and communicators. So what is modeling? Let's take just a few minutes here and cover that. Number one is the process of studying a top performer to uncover their beliefs, their physiology, their strategies, and their language patterns. So beliefs, what do they believe about themselves? Again, when you look at someone you respect and you want to work with, you want to invest with, what do they believe about themselves? What do they believe about others? What do they believe about the world? How do they use their body, their posture, their breathing, their movement? Then their strategies, what we talked about last week, the visual auditory kinesthetic, the mental sequences they run. And then also language. How do they speak to themselves and how do they speak to others? Now, write this down. Excellence isn't random. It's patterned. Excellence is not random. It's patterned. And modeling lets us capture those patterns. So I want you again, we're going to first of all, take notes. Number one, identify a model. Choose someone with consistent, outstanding results in that target skill that you want to have. So number one, you got to identify the person. Number two, gather information. What a great world we live in now. Years ago, when I first studied modeling, it was reading their books, trying to get to a seminar. Now you can observe them through YouTube, TED Talks, podcasts. You can just really get into their world, but observe them in action. And if possible, interview them. Reach out. How do you ask them? How do you decide what to do first? What do you think about before you start a project? So number one, identify the person. Number two, gather information about the person. Number three, break down the components. What are their beliefs? What must they believe to act this way? How do they carry themselves? Are they slow in body language and movement? Are they very enthusiastic, very open body language? Map out their VAK sequences. Do they talk visually? Do they paint pictures? Do they do a lot of auditory? Or are they very kinesthetic? And then what words, metaphors, frames do they use? So you got to get into the language they're using. Now, we want to get into the language they're telling themselves, but what language are they using when they share with others? And then apply the same patterns with yourself or with a client and adjust it until it matches the original. I will say this, Tony Robbins is where I first learned about the modeling, and he teaches a lot on this. But there's been so many great teachers since him. And you want to use visualization, role play, anchoring, timeline, future pacing. So let's give a couple of examples. Let's say you want to become the best there is in sales. Number one, reach out to me. That's what I do, okay? But you want to find a top salesperson's questioning, tone shifts, mindset. Like when I come into sales, I know it's about mindset, skill set, effort, and then faith, favor. But I want to come in with that. But what is the sequence? How do I begin a conversation? How do I do discovery? Finding out where they're at. How do I determine that prospect's VAK codes? Are they visual, auditory, kinesthetic? How do I determine their buying patterns? So sales mastery, model another salesperson's questioning, tone shifts, mindset. Maybe you want to be a great public speaker. Then find a TED speak. We talked about TED Talk a while ago. Find a speaker's breathing patterns, how they scan the audience, how they pace. Model that behavior. Invest in it. I invested in a public speaking course years ago, and because I'm a minister as well, and I want to know how to reach the audience, how to get people connected. Maybe health transformation. Now, this is very important. I'm personally going through this in my life now. Went through some health challenges, decided I want to be a better, healthier person in my 50s than I have been in my 20s, 30s, and 40s. So I found a number of people. I looked at their nutrition strategies, their mental priming, their workout routines. And based on where they were at as well, ones that have overcome some challenges. And I began to implement those into my life. So here's the beautiful part. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just need to drive the same way the masters do. My daughter is in driver's ed now. And you can see she's so focused on the road and so focused on this, and she's so nervous, right? But the instructor said, hey, notice how your mom and dad drive. Now, her mom said, don't notice your dad, notice me. But notice how your mom and dad drive. Just watch them. Model them. Very, very important. So, some practical assignments. Number one, we're going to choose one person in one area of skill. Could be coaching. That's why I love when people join us as a coach and become certified with us, because you're going to model exactly how we coach. Mindset, skill set, effort, everything, the systems. But find a person, choose one person you admire, somebody you look up to in any area. Watch, read about them, interview them if you can. Start gathering data. Watch their mental sequence. Are they visual, auditory, kinesthetic? How do they relate that? And then spend time consciously adapting their posture, their movement, their energy. Now, people say, Wayne, are you just trying to mimic somebody? Yes, in the beginning you are. Even the Apostle Paul in the Bible says, imitate me as I imitate Christ. Because the imitation, you're imitating, you're posturing yourself, you're spending time in it, you will become that which you model after. Are you with me? So modeling turns inspiration into replication. I mean, once you can deconstruct excellence, you can also help your clients step into it faster. If you're helping a client that wants to lose weight, who are they going to model that has done it? If you're helping a client that wants to have a better marriage, what marriage are they going to model? And then they'll see greater results, and you'll get the credit. So next week, we're going to explore metaphor and storytelling. Wonderful, powerful. I love this. How to use symbolic, almost hypnotic language to inspire deep, unconscious change. So again, if this is your first time with us, let me ask you, are you our next life coach? Are you our next life coach? I would love to be able to help you determine how to be a coach, get certified, get paid very well for doing it. We have weekly training. So you just go to lifecoachlifestyle.com, lifecoachlifestyle.com, and pick that up. And pick up the book, jump in, let me help you. Modeling excellence. And until next week, go out there, apply this. Don't just listen to it, apply this, and go model someone. Become the best you can be. God bless.